The Parable of the Travelers. The jet was delayed, waiting to take off, as three smartly dressed men sat in their seats next to each other. They'd never met before. The one in the middle turned to the one in the window seat and started a conversation. "What is your line of business?" he asked. The man in the window seat was eager to respond. "I am an executive with an oil company. We've been exploring and drilling in many countries, and the future looks very good for us. The stock price of our company has doubled in the last 3 years, and investors are happy. And may I ask, what is it that you do?" The man in the middle responded, "I work for an investment banking firm that specializes in helping modest-sized companies secure the necessary capital to grow. Recently, we facilitated the initial stock offering of a technology company that helped them to raise $2 billion for further research and development. Here's my business card if you ever might require our consultation." Both men smiled, feeling proud of their accomplishments and of the companies that they each represented. After the plane took off, the man in the middle seat turned to the man in the aisle seat and asked him about the nature of his business and work. The man in the aisle seat paused, but had expected the question to be asked. "My organization is a global initiative. We have operations in every country. We administer hospitals and homeless shelters. We feed more people than any other organization. We've been in existence longer than any of the companies that are on the New York Stock Exchange. We're also in the consulting business. The leaders of many countries consult with the owner of our organization before making major decisions. Because our business plan focuses upon aiding people in behavior modification, we have been greatly appreciated by many large employers and small business owners." As he continued talking, a woman seated behind the men exclaimed, "Wow," as she was obviously eavesdropping on their conversation. The two men who were directly listening were fascinated that they had not been aware of this stranger's global enterprise and its humanitarian work. The man continued his description of his organization. "I'm on my way to an assignment in a new region for us, where we hope to establish several new locations where we can bring to bear all of our medical and educational resources. I was trained in one of the hundreds of universities owned and managed by our organization, and now I'm ready to establish a small educational institution at my destination." The man in the window seat leaned forward and asked another question, as by this time the entire front section of the plane was listening with fascination. "Tell us more about your company. I might want to work for them." The man in the aisle seat replied, "I can say that we have the best retirement plan I've ever come across, and the best working relationship with our owner." "You mean your company that accomplishes so much is owned by just one person?" the man in the middle asked. "Oh, my organization has had the same person as owner since it was founded long ago. Those who work for him appreciate him so much they would rather die than be forced to leave his service." Curiosity had gotten the best of the woman behind them, so she tapped the shoulder of the man in the aisle seat. "Tell us the name of your company, and what is your job title with them?" The two other businessmen nodded, as they were also eager to know. With a big smile, the man in the aisle seat responded, "It's called the Christian Church, and I'm a missionary on my way to India to plant several churches and start a small seminary." The travelers around him sat in surprise, as what he said about the church sunk into their brains in a way it had never done before. Here ends the epistle of the three travelers.